Hello, welcome to this session of Pilates Matwork. And today we are going to heat things up, and we're going to do it. This is kind of more for beginner, intermediate level. So we're not going to do any big inversions or anything like that today. But we will try to heat things up. We've got several planks, lots of rolling like a ball, lots of good core work. So we will get into it there. The only props you might need today is a blanket, bath towel, pillow, something like that. If you need cushion for your knees, for anything that we might do for that. And then we'll do double leg kick today. So if you cannot comfortably bind here or shoulders, even here, if your shoulders don't like it, those kinds of things, a strap, a belt, a band, even a dish or a hand towel will all work for that one for you. And just one quick note, at the time of this recording, my birthday is April 1st, 2023. I turned 44, and I am running a campaign where I teach in person at the YMCA here in Lexington, Kentucky, at my branch that I teach at. And my goal is to reach $1,000 as of this recording. I am $200 away from that goal. No amount is too big or too small. It would be the best birthday gift ever if I woke up tomorrow and my boss said, "You got it, you met your goal of $1,000. I will have the link for you to give in the video notes, which is on YouTube here. Okay, so thank you. And let's get started. So starting standing, we're just going to do a little bit of a posture review. So from the front side, hips, knees, and toes are going to track. So remember, hip width apart is where your frontal hip bones are, your ASIS. It's not about how wide you think you are. It's where the bones are, okay? So we want hips, knees, and toes to track here. And I'm just going to move forward and back a little bit, and then maybe side to side, and maybe even some circles here. Just kind of getting a feel. And it's okay if the toes pop up a little bit here. Good. And then just try to find that good balance in all four corners of the feet, ears, shoulders, and hips, and ankles in alignment. From a side view, good. And if you've got a mirror at home, your side view, looking at yourself in the mirror, is going to be a pretty good indicator as to where your posture is as well. So I'm in pretty good posture here, ears, shoulders, hips, and ankles. What we don't want is to lock the knees. When we lock the knees, notice how my hips aren't really over the ankles anymore. And it's putting my pelvis in an anterior tilt and more of a lordotic curve back here. So I want to soften my knees so my hips can come into more of a neutral spine and a little bit less curvature. But it will still have its natural curvature. So we don't want to overcorrect that and do that. That's not real good either. So find that. Good. We're nice and tall. We're drawing up. And now from here, when you're ready, keeping that posture, let's take a big inhale and reach, turning palms away and grow taller as you press that air down. And we'll take that again. Big inhale and reach. Maybe look up there this time, turning palms away. Grow taller as you press that air. Good. Let's get a nice little side bend here. Reaching. Good. Now, I'm not really cueing the side bend. We'll do that here in a moment. I just want you to kind of notice some differences when you do it. Now, what I would like for you to do, I'm going to take my right arm up. Good. I'm going to side bend this way, which is to my left, but I want my rib cage to go to the right a little bit. See that? Before I come into it. And I want to be mindful. I don't want to collapse through the shoulder. So I don't want to kind of do this forward here. I want to think about being nice and open. And it's a little bit of a deeper stretch when we do it this way. And using the obliques on the side abs to bring you back up. Let's do that again. So going in the other direction. Left arm's going to come up. I'm going to take my left rib cage a little bit more to the left as I side bend to my right. I'm being mindful to stay open here and not collapse. I'm breathing, I'm expanding the rib cage, that is, and using the obliques here, I'm going to come back up. Good. Just take the hands behind the head, relaxing the shoulders, and let's rotate. And it's okay here if the hips move with you. My belly button is in, though. And then when you're ready, Good. Let's just take a big inhale. Exhale, bend those knees. Make some big chair squat. Press through the feet and we'll come all the way back up. Let's do that again. Take it down. Press through the feet and the legs as you come all the way back up. Okay. From here, let's go into just a little bit of footwork and then we're going to come into some roll downs here. So I'm just going to start. Let me start from this side. So this is my right leg. So I'm just kind of picking it up. Good. And then I'm just going to go side to side here. I'm trying to keep my hips even. My belly button is in. This can be a bit of a balance challenge for some people. So if you need to hold on to the wall or a steady piece of furniture, you can do that. What will also help you is looking straight ahead at something not moving. You can also look straight ahead and down a few feet at something not moving. And be mindful here. I'm really pressing through big toe and pinky toe mounds. So when I'm moving, I'm keeping my hip, knee, toe, and ankle forward. So I'm trying not to do this little bend out or, other funny things here. I want that control. I want that power. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Let's come into the Pilates V. So heels are going to connect. If you can't connect, do the best you can do. This took me a lot of practice to be able to do it without my heels separating. But I want a nice, strong connection from the heel all the way up into the midline. I feel my glutes working here, and I'm not even doing anything but just standing here. Feel connected. And then from here, again, you're going to press into big toe and pinky toe mounds. We're zipping up, and we're going to press up and come down. I'm trying to keep the heels together. Again, it might take you a few tries. Maybe you don't do it at all today, and that's fine. But practice makes progress. And if we don't practice, then we can't improve and get better. So we practice. This is why it's Pilates practice, yoga practice, not Pilates perfect. If you're looking for that, you're watching the wrong video. You've got the wrong teacher. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Just shake out one leg, shake out the other. Good. And just kind of mark a little bit here. Good. We're going to stand on the left side. I'm going to pick up my right foot here, not too high. And I'm just going to point and flex. Rolling that ankle in one direction. And then in the other. Good. And we'll bring that foot down. We'll take that to the other side just a little bit. Point and flex. Zip up here. Balance. Uses the core to balance. Now take that into a circle. And other direction. Good. And taking that down. All right. Let's practice. Let's kind of shake that out. Our roll down here. So 3 ways, and it's kind of based on where you are in your practice. It's easier. And if you've got a back issue, I'm going to recommend this one as well. So hips, knees, and toes, hip width apart, facing parallel. The closer you take the feet together and together, you'll find a little bit more challenge there. And coming back to the Pilates V will give you some more challenges. Well, I've got a long mat here. I'm going to snip that. Okay. We're going to come back up. So we're going to imagine that we are peeling off an imaginary wall from crown to tail. That being said, we want to try not to hinge our hips back here. Tight hamstrings will kind of force that. It's better to bend the knees until you get a little bit looser back here. If you're standing up against the wall, you can't hinge the hips back. Okay, so get strong in the feet and the legs. We're zipping up. I'm rolling my shoulders back. I'm going to start nodding the chin. Okay. As I nod the chin, I'm going to continue to peel right about here. I'm going to start getting that C curve scoop. So I'm scooping. I'm scooping. My arms are just doing what they're doing. I'm scooping. I'm scooping. I'm scooping. I'm scooping. Maybe you come to the floor. Maybe you don't. Go to where you can go. This takes lots of practice and a lot of work to open up these hamstrings here. Good. From here, downward pressure from hip to heel. I want the legs to press into the floor. Legs are taking the load here, remember, not the back. So from here, starting from the tailbone, you're still in that C curve scoop. I'm pressing into my legs. I'm scooping. I'm stacking. I'm scooping. I'm stacking. I'm scooping. I'm stacking. I'm scooping. I'm stacking. I'm stacking. I'm stacking. I'm stacking. I'm stacking. Let's do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, nodding that chin. From here, start your C curve scoop. Keep the scoop. Keep the scoop. Keep the scoop. Remember, it's okay to bend the knees. And whether you bend the knees and hinge the hips back, practicing in bad form. Good. From here, we're pressing the feet, hips and down. Good. Now, if you're a bent knee person here, as you press down into the seat, I'll show you this version. You're still going to scoop and stack, but as you lift up, you're straightening those legs. So you still got that power there as you come all the way back up. Good. Let's do one more time. We're going to walk this one out into all fours. This is one of my favorite exercises, if you can't tell. Inhale, exhale, nod that chin. Start that scoop. Start that scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Mastering this is important. This is a prep for so many other exercises. And if your aspirations, or if you do have a practice beyond the mat onto reformer, hair, power, other things, this connection is helpful for a lot of those exercises. So once you've come down here, good, we're going to walk it forward. We're going to come to all fours. Now, I am going to bring in my blanket here to cushion my knees. And you can do the same thing for your wrists too. If you got, there's a few exceptions here, but you can, fold up a mat. You can put, folded blanket here. So you've kind of got that, doing things like that. So support your body as it needs support. Good. Tops of the feet are down, spreading fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. Your belly button is in. We're going to go to cat-cow. Inhale, chest comes forward, pelvis tips back. Exhale, press away from the floor and round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Let's go into a tail wag. So from here, I'm going to bend my left leg because that's the leg closest to the camera. Good. So as I come over to the left, I'm going to side bend to the left here towards the camera. My foot's going to go out also to the left. I'm squeezing from the low rib cage to the top of the hip. Good. And then as I come and squeeze to the other side, that foot's going to cross over the right leg. And then I'm going to wag to the left and right and left and right and left and right and left and right. Lower that leg. If you need to come back here and decompress your wrist for a moment, listen to your body and do so. Otherwise, we're going to take that right into the other side. So coming back to tabletop position. Good. We'll put a bend in that other knee now. Good. We're going to side bend, squeezing that side to the right and to the left. And right and left and right and left. Look where you're going. Right and left and right and left. Great job. Come back, decompress if you need to. We're going to set ourselves up for success for our first plank here in a moment. We're going to go into some sternum drop. So what I want you to do here, spreading the fingers wide, root through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and the thumb. Press the floor away. Now take your elbows, the eyes of the elbows, more in line with your pointer finger here. Good. Belly button is in. So you should feel a nice connection right in this area here. I want you to keep that here, except for when we drop. Now, drop the chest towards the floor. Shoulders are going to come by the ears. You're losing that connection. Good. Now press away. Refine that connection. And drop. And press. Drop. Press. Drop. Press. Drop. press. We're going to find a plank here. If you're doing knee down, you can take the knees a little bit more behind you. If you're strong enough, you want to lift, lift. Organize your plank, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. We're lifting out of the shoulder. Elbows are coming more towards the pointer. Find that organization. Take that sternum a little bit more forward. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees. Child pose. Woo! When you're ready, we're going to find ourselves onto our back. I'm going to move this blanket out of the way. Come back there the way that's best for you to come back there. Okay. So just roll the shoulders back. Your knees can be bent here. We're going to go do some pelvic tilting work, not pelvic floss, just some basic tilting, but we will do it 2 different ways. So I want to be in that neutral pelvis. So my hip bones and my pubic bone are nice and flat in the same plane. We're somewhere close to that. You might not be perfect. And I don't want to jam my low back into the mat, and I don't want to arch my low back here. You might have a natural space there, and that's okay. I'm zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Think about zipping up your favorite pair of jeans that just came out of the dryer. You've got to kind of suck it in a little bit here. Find that connection. Good. And then from here, we're just going to rock forward and back. And hips forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Take this in a tabletop position. Knees over hips and parallel to the floor. Now see how it feels. Forward and back. A little bit harder, more control. Forward and back. Forward. Really draw in those abs to bring it back. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, and back. Feet can take a short rest here. We're going to go right into those hundreds. So knees back in tabletop position. Good. You can also take your legs long here. So I can kind of do this little float and stay in my neutral. If you cannot, you can come up a little higher or come into tabletop. Okay. So find yours. Arms are up. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to see curve up. I'm going to reach. I'm going to come to that lower float here. Good. I'm looking at my feet. I'm going to start pumping. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, belly button in. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, relax shoulders. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. And take that down. Woo. Rock, rock, side to side. Take head and neck from side to side. All right. Here's first of several sets of rolling like a ball. Now, if that's not your jam, roll over to your side and come to a seat. But those of you that are going to go there, you can hold here or you can hold back here. If this is you, careful not to swing the legs around. Make it burn. Use the core, use that breath. See, curve up. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, woo, 4, and 5. Coming all the way back up. All right, we're going to practice some roll downs and roll ups here. And we're going to do this 3 modified and 3 full. If you're more advanced and you're watching this video and the full is in your practice and you can do that really well without momentum, not the whipping the arms up, you're free to do 6 full. Make it slow and controlled. So those of you that are following me, legs can be bent or long. I'm going to use long. Good. Belly button is in. I'm going to rock my pelvis back. I'm scooping in. We're going to come back to the point of control, which is that point where either you need to keep going back or the legs need to come up. And once you've reached that point, it's different for everybody. Then we're going to keep that scoop and we're going to roll all the way forward. From here, go right into that next one, keeping that C curve as you round. Try not to let the shoulders get creepy by the ears. And then keeping that scoop, rounding, rounding, rounding. Good, last modified. Scoop, scoop, scoop. And round, round, round. Good. Now, on this one, I'm gonna roll all the way down. If you know you need to stay in the modified, you're gonna stay right there. Good. So as you know, if you watch my videos, I do not do a pretty roll up. I veer to the left and my legs come up sometimes. Just know the correct one is you want to try not to let the feet come up and you want to roll up through center. So I am a work in progress. My left side is my strongest side and it's the side that likes to take over. But I want to train properly. I don't want to do this whip and I'll show you. Okay. Yeah, my legs stayed down and I came up, but I didn't use my core at all. I used momentum. Don't use momentum. You're not doing anything for your core that way when you do. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Oh, I'm reaching. I'm going to veer towards the left again. And coming up, keeping that C curve scoop and rounding forward. And we'll come back. Inhale, exhale. Oh, and you might get stuck sometimes. And that's hard. And we'll come back up. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. There we go. And coming up. Great. Great job. From here, we're going to roll back down onto our backs. Good. You can leave the left leg long or have a bend in it. We're going to come to a stretch and some circles. So I'm going to take my hands behind my right leg. I'm going to let them float as high as they can go. Good. And feeling that nice stretch. Now my leg's pretty long here. I do have a micro bend in the knee. I don't want it to be locked out like that. I want to keep it nice and soft. There might be some of you where this is your hamstring stretch. That's okay. Be where you are. You can point and flex that foot if you would like to. And then from here, good, I'm going to release. I'm going to take that leg more towards the ceiling. You can point the foot here, but careful not to over point it. That can cause a foot cramp in a lot of people. So just kind of let it be where it wants to go. Good. Let's do 8 small circles and 4 large. So this is also sneaky core work. Belly button is zipped up and in. Hips do not leave the floor. And we're going to go, smaller circles. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go into the large ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's take that to the other side. Hands behind that left leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go. Nice hamstring stretch. You can point and flex that foot. And then when you're ready, we'll release. Good. Straight up to the ceiling. Here's those 8 small rolling shoulders back. Let your arms help you. Press them into the floor. Good. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Large. 1. Careful not to hit my wall. 2, 3, whoops, and 4, and reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring in those knees. We are going to roll like a ball. We're going to do this 4 times again. Find your position, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we did 5 last time. Let's go 1 more and come all the way up. Good. We're going to roll it back. We're going to go into a partial series of 5 here, coming into single leg stretch, knees in tabletop position, zipping up, arms are up. Inhale, I'm going to come up. My left hand comes to my right knee, right hand to the right ankle, left leg is reaching long. So it's just not out there. You're reaching long, stretching it long. Be long from the toe to the head, and switch. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Double leg stretch. Bring this in. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, come in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And come in. Good. From here, we're going to roll like a ball again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I told you we'd heat things up. We're getting there. Come to the seat. Find a nice adductor stretch, legs out wide. Good. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking towards the ceiling. I'm in an anterior tilt of pelvis, meaning my hip bones here are going forward and my tailbone is coming backward. Big inhale in, reach. Exhale, come forward. Your body will let you know when you cannot come any more forward. And you can always, tight hamstring people, you can always put support here under the knees, keeping them slightly bent. If you've got really tight hips, then you can always, sit on that folded blanket or pillow, whatever it is that you have. That little bit of a lift sometimes makes things go a little bit better. And then from here, we'll bring that back in. All right, we're gonna go to spine stretch forward. I'll show you this from the side view. It's a little bit better. I'm gonna bring my legs in here. I don't want them as wide as the adductor stretch. So my heels are about as wide as my mat. And you can also sit up on a blanket here too, if you need a little bit of extra lift. I am gonna start in the anterior tilt. So tailbone's coming this way, hip bones are rocking this way. I'm nice and tall. Good. Taking those arms forward. Envision that when we were standing earlier, peeling off the imaginary wall, we're peeling off that imaginary wall again, except we're seated. It's the same connection. So from here, I'm gonna nod. I'm gonna start scooping, 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 scooping. My gaze is right between my knees. My ears are by my bicep from the tailbone. I'm going to stack, and I'm keeping that scoop as I stack and come back out and come all the way back up. And we'll do that again. Big inhale, exhale. Nice and slow on the exhale. Keep the scoop. Reach. Spine stretch forward. From the tailbone, we're going to stack. Envision yourself stacking and growing taller each time you come up. Here's number 3. Nodding the chin. Scooping in. Scooping in. Scooping in. Reach. And stacking. And stacking. And stacking. And stacking. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Nod that chin. And we scoop. And scoop. And scoop. And reach. And scoop. And reach. And reach. Good. And stack. Coming back up. Stack. Stack. Grow taller. Grow taller. Grow taller. Great job. Give the arms a little bit of a break here. Good. From here, we're going to get into the side bend. And I'm going to show this from here too, because I want you to see, you want your shoulders and your hip bone here to be in alignment. Okay, so you don't want to kind of do that from back here or funny things. So arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, coming down, hands right in front of the hip. Again, think about that rib cage going in the opposite direction. Try not to collapse through the shoulder. Good. Both sits bones are rooted. And then you're going to use those opposite obliques to come back up. So from here, I'm going to take this rib cage over as I come over and reaching. And using obliques to come back up. Always make your abs work. Always make those abs work. And we'll do that one more time each side. And coming back up and going over. And coming back up. Good. Let's take this into saw. From here, arms out. I'm going to rotate to my right because that's the camera side. I'm going to round and reach. Good. I'm sawing the pinky toe off with the pinky finger. And then I'm stacking as I come back up. I'm rotating. I'm rounding and reaching. My sits bones are grounded. I'm not pulsing here. And I'm coming back up into the stack. One more time each side and rotate. And reach and round. And stacking back, nice tall spine. And rotate. And reach and round. And stacking and coming back to center. Excellent. Cross those ankles, come forward, bring that blanket back in here. If you're going to do a knee down plank, we're going to come to another plank. So get organized here, spreading the fingers wide. Remember, we want that whole scapular area here to fire up. Knees can be down a little bit behind you, or you can be lifted. Good. So find that shoulder girdle, find that scapular stability. Sternum's going to come forward a little bit here. Here we go. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop and round. We're going to come all the way forward. We're going to be on our belly. So this is where you're going to need your strap. If you're going to use that for double leg kick. We're going to start off with swan. Good. So my legs are out hip width apart. The tops of my feet are not going to lift off of my floor. I'm just going to take my hands a little forward here and a little side of the mat. My elbows are grounded, but they're in tight towards the body, and I'm rolling my shoulders back. As I zip up through my front body, I'm thinking about lengthening a little bit here through the back body, my shoulders back. And then, yeah, you are kind of pressing into the arms a little bit, but I want you to think more about floating. Find the float. A little bit more effortless work. And then take that down. Now, if you know that full swan is in your practice and you'd rather go there, you can. Otherwise, stay in the baby. You can take it up to the swan. Shoulders are relaxed. Elbows come back down. Find length every time, a little bit more length every time you lower if you can. Inhale, exhale, rolling shoulders back, zipping up, finding that baby swan, maybe finding the high swan, and we'll lower back down. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, exhale, zipping up, shoulders are back, find your baby swan, or find the high swan, and we'll lower this down. Let's take a quad stretch here. So I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to reach back and grab it. You can grab your foot, your ankle, your pant. Good. I'm going to reach from the hip to the knee. That might be enough for some of you. It's enough for me today. Breathing. We stretched the back of the leg when we did the hamstring stretch. Now we're getting into the front. And then from here, when you're ready, release. We'll take that to the other side. Bending left knee, reaching back. Good. Grabbing foot, ankle, or pant. Reaching from that hip to the knee. And when you're ready, we'll release. Good. From here, I'm going to come up onto my forearms. You can clasp the hands or not. My shoulders are over or behind my elbows, and I'm pressing that floor away. My belly button is in. So I'm starting here in an I'm reaching my legs long. I'm going to engage my glutes a little bit here. And we're going to go to the single leg kick. So I'm going to flex my foot here. Kick, kick, lower. 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 Now, point, flex, lower. Point, flex, lower. Point, flex, lower. Point, flex, lower. One more time. Point, flex, lower. Point, flex, lower. Come down and take a break. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to go into the double leg kick here. So if you're going to use your strap, and we're going to take that here. You can have your hands close together or about shoulder width apart or somewhere in between. Do what feels good to you. Good. I'm going to take my knees a little bit wider and I'm going to bend my knees here. And I'm going to just go ahead and kind of touch my heels like I'm in Pilates. Good. So from here, rolling shoulders back. I'm just going to press a little bit. Good. Let's start. Kick, kick, reach and lift. And take that down. Kick, kick, reach and lift. Kick, kick, reach and lift. Kick, kick, reach and lift. And maybe separate the legs and get a nice big lift here. Nice shoulder opener here. And when you're ready, we're going to come down. Release that strap. We are done with it. We're going to come and do some swimming, taking the arms forward. Palms can face the ground or each other. You choose. Find a little bit of length. Belly button is in. Again, find that effortless float of the upper body and then the lower body. Opposite arm and leg. Squeezing the glutes. Squeezing the back of the shoulders. You can pick up the pace of this as long as you're not wildly rocking each side. So it's a little bit of a balance challenge here in the pelvic bone. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that down. Hands under the shoulders. Press back. Take that child's pose or shell stretch. That was a lot of extension. So if you need to do a roundy one, do a roundy one. Find some more, a little bit more flexion. When you're ready, we're going to prepare to come back to all fours. So I'm going to bring my blanket back in here. Getting back into some balance. And yes, we've got planks coming. So spreading the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Let's go to opposite leg, opposite arm. So I'm going to start by taking my left foot back. I'm going to press into the big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm going to press back through that. So I'm getting a nice little stretch here as well. My left hip is going to drop slightly. My shoulders in their pockets. I've got a micro bend in the elbows. Good. And then we'll come back up. Good. Let's take the right leg back now. Pressing into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Pressing back through that heel. Dropping right hip slightly. Mind your shoulders and your elbows. And then we'll come back. Okay, let's go on back into the left side. So your left toe can be in a small hover or anywhere up to but not past your hip. And then your opposite arm, your right arm is going to come forward. And I'm pressing out of that floor. I'm reaching. And we'll come down and we'll take that to the other side. So right leg comes back, find your position. Left arm comes forward, press out of that floor, reach, and come down. Good. Let's keep going with this. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. It's a little bit of a kind of opposite arm and leg march. It is harder than it looks. This is so good. It works the back body. It works the front body. One more time. Sometimes if you go too fast, you'll lose that balance there. Good. From here, it is plank time. We're going to hold this one for 15 seconds and lift legs with it if you can. So even if you're doing grounded plank here with knees down, your leg lift will look like this. Okay, and that's fine. Otherwise, if you're ready for it, want to go there, come up on to hands and toes with me. Get organized in your plank here before you start. Good. Once you're organized, start lifting. We've got 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Bring that down. Take something out. I'm going to move this blanket out of the way. Find yourself a seat. It's time to roll like a ball again. We're going to do this 4 times. So starting from up here this time. Careful not to rock back on the neck. Around the spine. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 1 more if you can. And take that back down. Good. We're going to finish up with a series of 5 here. Single straight leg stretch. Good. So I'm going to start here. My left leg is up. I'm holding on to it. My right leg is coming long and it's reaching and it's stretching. You're stretching both legs here. And find that C curve. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Double straight leg stretch. Inhale, exhale 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, exhale 4. Bend in the knees, hands behind the head. You can take this down here for a moment. Go in a crisscross. Remember, hips do not leave the floor. They're not rocking. And you're leading with the shoulder, not the elbow. So it's shoulder to knee, shoulder to knee. Here we go. Big inhale, exhale, coming up. Left leg reaches. And switch. And switch for 2, 3. Really open. 4, 5, and 6. Woo. And take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's roll over onto our side. I'm going to roll over onto my right side because that will put me facing the camera first. Good. So for the side series, remember you could be up here. Just make sure that this is not happening with the shoulder and this is not happening with the chest. You want to be lifted if you're going to go up here. Same thing if you're going to come onto the forearm, lifted shoulder, lifted chest, or you can follow me and come down here. Good. The bottom knee can be bent or long. Find your stack here if you can. So you want that nice long stack. So ears, shoulders, hips, ankles are in alignment. If your hips are back here, your hips, ears and everything are not in alignment. You want to be on that hip bone. Good. I'm going to bend my bottom leg for right now. Good. From here, big inhale, drawing up and in. Here we go. Really squeeze this area. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now little circles. We're just going to do 6 of these. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't move the pelvis around. 5, and 6. And reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, bend this knee. Good. Turn the knee inward. So my knee's right here. Good. My heel is going to turn upward. We're going to press, drive to the heel, drive to that glute. Press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. From here, single arm push up. So I'm going to bend in both knees here. The higher you take your hand, the harder it is. The lower you take your hand here, the easier you make it. I like to start right here. If you were up on your hand or your forearm, you want to come down for these so you get the most out of that tricep. So from here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. We're going to roll over to the other side. I'm just going to switch here. We do have a figure 4 stretch coming. No worries. No worries. Good. Find your setup for side series on this side. Find your good form. We're zipping up. We're on the hip bone. Good. From here, when you're ready, 10 times. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 6 circles in both directions. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend in that knee. Knee comes down. Heel goes up to the ceiling and press. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now you can bend your knees in here. Single arm push up. Take your hand where you need to. Arm can be here or here. So this side, I do a little bit better if my arm's here. The other side's a little bit different. Good. Whenever you're ready, here's 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come onto your back. Nice figure 4 stretch here. I'm going to start taking the left ankle over the right knee. This might be where you stop. Maybe you come in. Maybe you wrap around and bind here. Find yours. Breathe and expand. Nice hip stretch. Nice hip opener. Gets into that piriformis. You have sciatica issues. This is the muscle that tends to rub up against that nerve sometimes. Keeping it a little bit supple and kind of help with that rubbing. And when you're ready, we'll release and we'll take that to the other side. Right ankle, left knee. You can stay here. You can bring it in. You can bind. Find yours. And when you're ready, good. We'll release. Good. We're going to roll like a ball again. 6. Been doing 4 and 5. Let's go for 6. So here we go. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Could you come up and balance? Could you balance? We're all stretched out. Could you take one leg out to the side and bend it back in? Could you take the other one out and reach? And just stay right here. And we are going to cross at the ankles and come forward. We're going to find a downward facing dog here. So that sternum, well, not the sternum, but the scapular stability that we've been talking about, you want to also use that here. So again, your shoulders are back in their pocket. My elbows are turning more towards my pointer here. Good. And I've got that nice engagement around the armpit, rib cage area. From here, let's do this with feet hip width apart. You can bend the knees if you need to, but I'm gonna walk my hands back towards my feet. I'm stopping my hips over my knees. Good. Now, I'm getting that downward pressure from hip to heel. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and come into my little scoop here. And then from here, pressing down from the tailbone, I'm scooping. Good. I'm pressing, I'm scooping, I'm stacking. I'm pressing, scooping, and stacking. Pressing, scooping, and stacking. Coming all the way back up. Woo. From here, good. Let's take the feet out wide, turning them out. Big inhale. Exhale, take that down. Coming up and taking it down. And coming up and taking it down. Let's get a side bend with this. And taking it down. Side bend coming up. And taking it down. Big inhale. Woo. And from here, heel toe, everything in. Way to go. You made it through this Pilates mat work session. I hope you had a good time. Don't forget to donate to the YMCA. If you like how I teach, you can thank the YMCA for that. It was teachers there that encouraged me to become a teacher myself and go through all the training. So give back to the Y. Check out the link in the show notes, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.